Hi, it's Nick Ray Ball. It's 10 to 1 on the 10th of March 2024, and we are continuing with the TBS, Total Business Systems, Company Controller, OKRs, Objectives and Key Results. This is the daily planner, and this is the quarter planner. If we look, we're starting at the beginning of the year, and didn't have kept a catalog here, but at this point started recording the results, and here started using information hiding so as I could very quickly look at any one of the columns and see where the best work is, what its title is, and I can just copy and paste a piece of that title to find the document, or use it to search on my phone to find the voice recording. So we're now at the end of week 10, and we haven't recorded week 9, so that's what we're going to do now. Possible we'll go into week 10, but it might be on a separate video. Okay, so let's go. New thing I have created, which I'm pretty happy with. We can see here we have this is essentially a list of the best scoring works from the week before, and this is a list of tasks that give bonus points. This, however, has kind of changed now. We're going to look, well, we'll probably keep it in some degree, but instead of making a list of all the best recordings, which does actually kind of make a lot of sense, it just takes some time, I have started the index on a different page, a different tab of the spreadsheet. So for now, whenever it comes to anything to do with film, it goes on this page. Here we have the criminal marketing stories. They're going to compile the main story, the international travesty that we are presenting. We found a lot of good stuff here, a lot of good stuff, particularly some great stuff from CBS on AstraZeneca's dark secret path to respectability in exactly the same years when I was fooled myself into taking their drug. That is really quite priceless. I only actually found it yesterday, so still sort of reveling in that glory. Okay, so the criminal marketing story, which is now being written as a book to basically to give to script writers, or in fact, so as I've got it completely written in my own head, well, not in my own head, on many a document, so as I can then incorporate it into the screenplay. Here we have the third version of the screenplay. Some stuff from a while ago, which is good. This in particular, Life Up to the Age of 40, really does focus on the years 2005 to 2010. And that coincides with the AstraZeneca criminal marketing, which includes them basically getting gigolos to sleep with the people who are doing the tests, so as the tests will be the way the gigolos want it, and the gigolos just happen to be the pharmaceutical company's management. I know, but it's actually true. And there's a lot of other stuff we found, me and GPT-4 AI. Okay, and to a degree, Nick Yoga Bear, who's now assisting as a named character. So here we've got, what have we got here? We've got life up until 40. I've got the cast now. There's 17 members so far. 7 different named people, I believe, from AstraZeneca. The UK doctors and the 4 cast members, myself, Nick Bush, the American girl, Amy O'Shea, I think it is, Amy O'Shea, and we hope Damani Mandela. What have we got here? Starlights will attract. Yeah, this is good. This is essentially saying if we can't get the best legal team that we want, we're gonna release a screenplay, get them to try and file a libel suit, or make it so outrageous in its truth that it attracts a liable suit or doesn't attract a liable suit. If it doesn't attract a liable suit, then it's essentially admission of the truth, at which point, at that point, we'll be able to get star lawyers. That's the plan there. The political plan, this has moved a little way this week. It went on a bit of a diversion because we thought the AstraZeneca, no, the Pfizer Lyrica pregabalin scam that happened in 2015 was actually a result of criminal marketing, whereas it's actually quite a legal, complex scam that hasn't been cost the UK government £500 million on one drug because they were told, NHS told everybody to write it under its brand name, not its generic name. I'm not going to go into details. We're really looking over what's happened. Okay, so this is the Wayback Sienna Project and the Virgin Martha Mitchell effect. This is when I started to change. So as the first episode itself really becomes a long flashback of the Sienna Project and the Virgin presentation that was being made at the time. And then we've got a new twist on the story of the psychiatrist in Cape Town, the 5 Minds of Giselle, where we now split her into 5 different personalities. These are personalities that she personally claimed to have, and there's no reason to disagree with her. I can't exactly remember what all they are, other than one called Nunky Punky, which was the naughty, sort of cheeky, innocent but fun one. We've added another 4 to that. Episode plan for episode 2. Write the story as a book, and that there has turned into all of this we see on the left. Sienna Project and the Martha Mitchell effect. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, here, very roughly, starting on the episodes, you can see that episodes 3 and 4 are now best in this, and we'll be working on this, but this following week ahead is really fully legal, and whilst, yes, everything in this screenplay is legal, it's not written in a legal way. So next week is absolutely full on, no messing around with the way back too much. Okay, lastly, we have a diversion. We're going to see this. This is what, if we looked at the last video, we saw a cluster of Milky Ways emojis, which is a very, very high score, and essentially has now turned into, this is so good, Nick, you must go back and look at this and give it another score. From which point, a new score, which is this bright star after the Planck space rocket, has emerged as even as the same score, 250 points, or it might be 200 points. I'm still working out. So The Rain on a Sunny Day is a book by Damani Mandela about bipolar, and I've been trying to read it to try and understand a little bit more before I speak with him, if I can. And you know, to understand a little bit more about what the hell bipolar is, because everywhere you read it, you get a different definition. And there's a lot here. There was a lot of voice recordings. Some of those voice recordings, 33 minutes, short one, 13 seconds, 6 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 6 minutes, 12 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 35 minutes. The Wayback Screenplay, and lastly, Racism from Religion. I haven't put the actual length of that recording. These are all now nicely catalogued, and this has really helped me work on, it's an improved version of the, the daily planner and the Q planner. More to the point, it's an improved version of this part of the daily planner, where it was just here and it wasn't specific, but it was useful, very, very useful. It's a reminder of what needed to be done and what has been done. This, however, is better as this. And this will develop, and this is really is, it really is quite proud of that. This is the criminal marketing story, as I've said. This is an overview of general story. Here we've got the episode plan for the Virgin Martha Mitchell effect, which is the third version. This is all about the third version of the screenplay. The first version of the screenplay was 3 films as a trilogy, but it just doesn't warrant a trilogy. You need to have a spectacular first to make a trilogy, because otherwise people aren't going to watch the second and the third. So it couldn't be squeezed into one film. So it turned into a series. The first version of the series started in 2012 and moved forwards. The second version starts in 2020. Sorry, the first version started in 2002 and moved forwards. The second version starts in 2012 and looks back at previous events and then moves forward at the same time. And here we've got the sub-story, Rain on a Sunny Day, for Damani. And until I speak to him about this, I'm not going to go deeply into it on video, especially a video that I'm making public. Right, okay, so this is that. We haven't really done well on the legal side of this because I haven't been working on legal. This page, this index film, index legal, will start developing itself this week as I work on the legal throughout the week. And chances are, by the time we see the video that goes back at the week to come, this page will be as detailed as this page. Okay, so now let's get to recording the best of the week on the quarter planner from the daily planner. So what have we got here? I hoovered the room, I filled the pill caddy, I did a little bit of work on Edge bookmarks, which actually has now turned into something that's about to be pretty fantastic, as I'm swapping Edge to only work on OneDrive and GPT primarily, and all the bookmarks will be that way. We can't see it at the moment because at the moment it's still got all the Google bookmarks, but I'm going to get rid of all those and just have the OneDrive bookmarks and the GPT bookmarks, and that's the real beauty, because that means all of my GPT can be filed in a very, very, very easy, simple way, which is beautiful. Okay. Kind of wish I knew that back in February when I started making the GPT articles, but anyway, let's get back to it. List of highest scoring sessions. What? I don't know what that is, the list of highest scoring sessions. doesn't seem familiar to me at all. It got a... let's have a look, see if it is anywhere. We'll just go here. And... nope. Okay, so... wow. Okay, well, can't remember. And I'm just going to downgrade that then to... one of these. Okay, LS8, 4, 5, and 6 are all about NDAs. That was a voice recording that was turned into a document. That's a good legal document. I'm actually going to, while we're here, anything that's good for legal, I'm going to start throwing on here if it isn't here already. I'll just start them here. List of best bookmarks from video. Okay. There we go. Anything that's here that is useful. I'm not going to go over it. If I went over everything during this video, we would never. What am I doing? I wanted to put this here. There we go. And we will add it to here. So I'm thinking of adding an extra legal row and an extra screenplay row, because we're a bit limited here with 2 each, especially how much work we're doing. You can see we're clustering. But we'll see. This, for now, goes here. Oh. Information hiding. I'll put the Monday. And give it the score. Does the score come first? No, the score goes like that. Monday. Okay. All of these have got to be centered left. This has got to come out of it. And we'll tidy up the information hiding later, because there's going to be more stuff going here. Okay. Right. Okay. I remember that well. It's a good point, and it's made, and essentially it's the pharmaceutical lawsuits are, we're not going to try and sue the pharmaceutical companies. We're going to offer them the option of me signing an NDA, not putting my research into the screenplay and my book, for an investment into S-World ASI. If the government also invests in S-World ASI. So that's a relatively light target. You know, might happen, might not. You get 250 of those ideas, one of them's going to work. Right. Okay, so we did Fahalio top 10 medical negligence points. This is the primary document I'm working on next week, so far at least. I might put the dates here. In fact, I will. This is Monday, 26th Feb. Monday, 26th Feb. Okay, now, where's the highest score for this all day? This will keep appearing, and at some point it'll have a high score, and when we see it, I'll add it. At the moment, this is just saying I worked on it. The target for now 25 points. It's been lowered from 30 to 25, so that the explosion or the collision emoji here is higher than it. The collision is now 30 points. 30 points is for doing something worthy. The 25-point target means I did it that day when it was a primary objective of that day. Okay, so that happened, that happened. Caffeine, smoke less, stay organized, that happened. Q1 for Harley Live 10 medical negligence points with GPT. I definitely want to add that to my legal index. I have to also be aware that when I'm taking caffeine and smoking less, my enthusiasm is sometimes less. Therefore, I don't give a higher mark because I'm not in that generous a mood at the time. So, what do we got here? And this goes on 28 to 8 for ADHD and ASD. I don't remember this, but well, let's have a quick look. So, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is good. It should be Dumani's. This is before I actually reread the book, or started to. Okay. Well, that's definitely something that needs to be included. So, even though it's only got a on fire, because it really is only worth an on fire. If on fire is a good score, 50 points. It just got a little bit belittled with the target being 30 points, making the explosion redundant. Sometimes when an explosion should have been given, a flame is given. But for this, I definitely think I actually need to grab these little fellas, copy them onto this spreadsheet somewhere. Let's throw them here for now, so that I don't have to keep going back and forwards to get my emojis. Where am I going? Oh, okay. So, right. So he has an on fire. add him to the list of memorable documents created this week. Here. It's also Monday. Let's just write Monday as well. Give it a big space in between. Monday. I actually need to throw these emojis onto this page as well for the same reason, so as I don't have to keep going back and forwards. Of course, when this is made as software, this all happens automatically to a degree. Right, so what did I want? I wanted an explosion. No, I wanted an on fire here. You know, I'm gonna try and always put the emoji, then the day. Trouble is, I haven't put these two, and these are definitely I want to have a quick look at this. I think I said earlier I'm not going to be looking at everything, but everything that needs a decision, I am actually going to have to look at. So, top 10 negligence points. This is the top 10 negligence points themselves. This is a significant document, but that's not the document I'm looking for. I'm looking for the GPT prompt for the same. It's a document that I'll be definitely going to be using next week, but yeah, there's nothing on it, so for now, obviously I'm not going to score it. I will, however, score. Well, let's wait until we see that come up with a. I'm going to just change this to a tick, indicating it was made as opposed to it was worked on. Quite a lowering of the scores, but in fact, what have I done? That's okay. We've looked at that. We've looked at that. Top 10 medical negligence quotes. How far did we get with that? Okay. This was really moving forwards in a simplistic way. Definitely worth adding to. Okay, so for on fire, I'm going to add you here. It's now so long that I would have to not happy about having 3 there in a row, but at the same time I don't really have much space, and I can also see it here, I suppose. Okay, I think actually there wasn't an awful lot more done legally that week. As do we move? Okay, well, make sure we put it here. The only trouble is I haven't yet added this one here. What day was that? Was that actually made on that day? No, this was made a week before. Okay. What have we got here? Last of the day. Tinnitus and cervical 800 all at night. GPT for Victor. Oh gosh, yeah, this turned into quite an argument as I'd had an hour-long discussion with a hearing therapist who made one little potential error, and I asked the AI about the one potential error, and the AI said, yeah, it does sound like she's, you know, she doesn't necessarily making an error, but she's not correct to say that there's no way tinnitus could have been caused by 800 milligrams of Seroquel and 400 milligrams of Lyrica, plus 500 milligrams of lithium, plus a whopping great big sleeping pill, all at the same time. Yeah. If you understand what that is, you would go, my God, that is a ridiculous amount of pharmaceuticals. But, so, well, it is legal, for sure, but it is also very much Epsom St. Helier. So, I'm going to put that in the Epsom St. Helier week. Grab a, what was it? It was one of these. Cyclone, 75 points. Let's just add tinnitus, GPT, Victoria, ESH. Okay, and we are going to, okay, we can start working on this by having a little ESH file here. That's Epsom St. Helier, and under that comes all the Epsom St. Helier stuff. 1 minute. Okay. So we've got an ESH. Let's give them a color green. Yeah, this is good. Each legal suit will have its documents, and each will have the score for each document, and we will at some point put the highest scoring ones at the top and put them in some order in the same way we've sort of done here in places. You can see here is to add the score. Right, so I just want to look over the rest of the week and see if I can find that for Harleo Live anywhere else. Could be there and I'm not seeing it, but this isn't. No, I didn't go back to that document, I think, until just a few days ago. I think it might have even been yesterday. Okay, so you see, this is why this is invaluable for me, because I get so much done that it's, you know, it needs to be reviewed. I remember I had this at college where they made 50% of the mark for a photography course on the written appraisal. Of course, I'm dyslexic, couldn't do the written appraisal, and failed the course, even though my photographs were actually asked, the college asked me to use them because they were so much better than their own. And I said, well, look, you failed me. And I said, yeah, but you didn't do the writing well. I said, oh, yeah, it's not a, I didn't come here, I didn't realize I was going to, 50% would be based on English grammar. Anyway, so I'm going to put this as into the Q planner. Yes, I can definitely see me having to add an extra row of red at some point. I'm going to move this one here. And then it'll reappear here. And I'm going to add top 10 negligent points. Here. Was that the second one? Yes, it was. Okay, so it's gonna go here. Monday. I can remove the dates if I need to, but what was that score? It was only a, I'll give it a one of these instead, and I'll readjust it on the other side, essentially saying this document was started on that day. Change this to one of you. Do a bit of that. Take that away. There we go. And I'm going to put that in here, even though it's, I'm going to get the name from here, even though it's not, it wasn't the most high scoring document at the time. It was what I was doing, and all the other points are related to it. So there we go. Actually, I'm gonna Fialio Live, NDAs and Fialio Live. Here we go. Fialio Live top 10. Maybe I'll, yeah, there we go. ADHD top 10. And T22. Yeah, okay. That will tell me exactly. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, with that day cleared, let's move on to Tuesday. Right, okay, Tuesday was a bit of a painful day with this meeting here. Let's grab that. At least put it in the legal index. TU Tuesday 27 Feb. Put that there. And we give it this little cold, scared face, which is an indication of a pregabalin hangover and distress. I was actually talking about pregabalin, and to be quite honest with you, I think there could be a relationship between pregabalin and tinnitus for long-term users. And Victoria Musgrave is a hearing therapist. She's not qualified to actually discuss that. Well, she's qualified to maybe discuss it, but she's not qualified to dismiss it. Yes. Okay. Um, do we want to? No. Okay. Victoria Musgrave complaint made pretty much straight afterwards. This is a. We'll see where this leads. As soon as this happened, I just sent a quick complaint saying I don't actually believe this. Victoria was correct on this, and we're going to see what they say. Previously, they've refused to speak about anything unless it's put as an actual NHSR claim. So instead of writing to legal, I've written to complaints. And I did see an email from complaints to legal saying, what do we do with this? And I haven't actually looked at the email since because it's not on target. It's not what I'm doing right now. It's what I had to do this day because I had the appointment, but what was the score for that tinnitus? And okay, that's one of these. here we go. Put you there. This is working well. It's going to mean this video takes longer, but who's watching it anyway? Right. So we can add you. Here, Epsom St Helier, tinnitus. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuesday, semicolon, name of. Grab the emoji. Add the emoji there so as we can see what we're. Okay. Right. Yeah, they're both about Victoria. Tinnitus GPT, Victoria ESH complaint. Complaint. Tinnitus GPT. Tinnitus GPT. Victoria ESH. Let's just start with Victoria. Put a little semicolon. And then there's Tinnitus GPT. And then there's ESH complaint. Let's just put video in here as well. Video. That means we're going to have to throw the video in there. Okay. So there is no actual score for one of these little cold faces. We're definitely not seeing that third one there. But we can see it is there, and I can. How come that one? Is it okay? I've got to double click on it and then I can see it. Okay, well, there we go. Information hiding is the point, and this is what I've learned from the book Modern Software Engineering by David Farley. All of that information, all of those documents, everything that's written on those documents is now presented as a little emoji here. So as if I want to go back and look for particular points against Epsom St Helier, I can see they're all here in a line. And we have them duplicated on the legal index. Great stuff. This is getting more and more organized all the time. Right, so then there was Dear Kim Carball, Medical Records Manager. There was a big minus 2,000 points here because the stress of this meeting here. And I had poor Layla asking me for stuff and I just couldn't deal with it. I'd had her every single day asking for stuff and I needed a few days break, and I said, look, you got to give me a few days break. And she says, well, I think we should end our relationship and you should pay me now. I paid her now, and that was the end of that. Haven't actually looked at her WhatsApp message yet. But okay, so this was Cape Villas, and it was a minus 2,000 points, a huge deduction, the hugest deduction ever. So this goes in the Cape Villas, whereas we were adding some villas. We lost the person who added the villas, and we lost all the time I'd spent training them, which is the bigger problem, because I'm probably not going to ever look at the, well, I don't know, I might look at what she did at some point. Here we go. That was on Tuesday. TUE. What? Why doesn't it like that? Ah, I started with 1,000 points. Can't do that. Put a little M. 2,000. I'm actually doing this in the wrong place. This is supposed to go here. We'll just leave the icon, and we'll just put times 2. Okay, now we can see it. SOS, minus 2,000 points. End of Layla's CV paid assistant. Sad day, but I must stay on task. Basically, it was distracting me, and it wasn't my main task. You don't see it at the top here, Cape Villas. We see government, medical admin, legal, screenplay, legal, screenplay, government admin. And then S-Web. Cape Villas really doesn't come into play for this quarter. It never did, unless I'd finished all these tasks, which I haven't. So it was a sideline that was stopping me from completing these tasks, and I couldn't focus on the sideline until I'd completed these tasks. So yeah, minus 2,000 points. The biggest fine in S-World history. So, okay, well, that's there. Okay. Okay. I'd already written a reply to Victoria Musgrave letter. If it had replied, let's just add that there. So as that's. Oh. Okay, well that makes sense. Okay, let's on the index then. Yes, 2 enough space, is there? Gosh. I mean, I can put them all like that. Whew. I'm just going to put here plus reply. Darn, actually, there just isn't enough space. And I haven't. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the for now. I'm going to remove you. Swap it with you. Here we go. But where do we put all this stuff? Kim McCarble, medical records manager, Surrey and Borders. Okay, that's fine. That goes in Surrey and Borders. Kim McCarble, records manager, and oh, we've got a we've got a Milky Way here, but I'm just gonna change that to a second space rocket. The Milky Way for now is essentially above a space rocket, but I had been marking too high. And we can always put space rocket times 2 here. So let's put this down in Surrey and Borders, which is definitely legal, but because it's specific. Where is Surrey and Borders? Here we go. Surrey and Borders. Let's see that. TUE Tuesday. It's actually a space rocket star because that's a that's I don't remember it being that fantastic, and certainly I'm going to look at whatever a space rocket is, so I'm going to just keep it at that score for now. Okay, so yeah, I think this was the idea to send, the Milky Way was the idea to really make the point that actually writing all this stuff is making my SIJ problem worse, and therefore can they please send me all the documentation as a PDF with copy and pastable text. It's a space rocket, but it's not a space rocket star, so we'll just leave it there. Now let's see. Can you slot in there? Yes, you can. Didn't do that. Some small entries, some pain entries. Pregabalin hangover that week, and the week just gone has not recorded anything other than medical problems and the problems trying to quit the drug pregabalin, or at least regiment it in a way so that it's not turning into withdrawal. Yeah. Okay, so okay, SAB. Damn. I'm going to leave the colors on now, and I'm going to just delete them later. Okay. Now, there was a sub-document for that I'm not going to put in the scores. In fact, I'm going to take it with its score to show that it wasn't particularly great. It was just work. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, that's that day over. Hard medical admin day. Lost Layla in the storm. That's a shame. Right. So, yeah, here we started having sleeping problems. The beginning of quite a long 10 days of sleeping problems, trying to change the routine so I didn't have to wake up at 4 in the morning to take Lyrica pregabalin, but actually in the end it turned out that that was a very bad idea, and I do have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's a continuation of okay, so that's just a second addition to that, and this is Wednesday. Continuation of the same. Oh, subject access requests. Let's see. Let's check what we've put here. Yeah, we've got that there. Okay. Yeah. Now this was to ICP, Integrated Care Partnership. Done. Now that's kind of cool thing. I found a way to add colors and categorize Outlook to work in progress. Okay, prescription history spreadsheets. That really did help. It's a space rocket. It's not a 250 for a Okay, so where on earth does pharmaceutical history in Cape Town go? I suppose that's... We have to have another column, aren't we? Legal. We'll have a Cape Town CT. Up here, CT. Let's just add the document that came before it. I'm probably not going to necessarily keep these days. They're just here for a reference for now. This index legal is not a daily list. It is a list of the legal documents that we're working on in different categories. But I do need to put this on here somewhere. Right. I'm going to put it in the screenplay the way back, or as part of legal strategy 8. I think maybe it's more legal strategy 8 because it is definitive proof of certain of when Seroquel was increased, which was the end of 2008 to 50 milligrams, which essentially means everything that happened after then is slightly because of the Seroquel. Certainly when you blow it up to 4 times that amount, it will totally ruin your ability to conduct business. At a quarter of that amount, it'll ruin your ability to conduct business, just not as severely, but enough to lose the business. Yeah, I'm not putting the H's here because Well, I am sometimes. Let's see, where did I put that? Here. This is why we may need I'm going to actually have a look at this. I'm not sure I actually did much here. I don't know if I did enough for it to warrant. Ah, looks like we've already looked at this. Ah, yeah. No, that definitely. Well, we don't need to know it's me. It's obviously me. CT pharmacy history. Ah, 2009 pharmacy history. And we'll just put XLS. And here we'll put Fahalo quotes. Fahalo quotes 2009 pharmacy. Yeah, okay. If we have any more legal, we're going to have to add another legal. No, I've added that here. Yes. Okay. Pharmacy history. Actually, that email turned out to be not. But this increased this document was improved. Okay. Let's change that on here then. We don't have the document here. We've only got the spreadsheet. Let's add the document there as well. They are both the same. Okay, we'll get rid of the plank signs. Aha. Well, this one I'm not going to. I'm going to give it a space rocket, but I'm not going to read it aloud because or show it on the screen because this one was quite pivotal in the screenplay. It changed one of the characters, and obviously we can guess which one that was, but we don't have this here, do we? Do we have it here? We're going to add it. Oops. Okay. And we're going to add it to the screenplay here. Wednesday, blank space rocket, information hiding. Why is that in grey, not in grey? It's odd. Okay, so it's the top of the grey. Okay. Let's just throw a little clapperboard in there, why not? Okay. That's Wednesday. Thursday. Now, this sort of unsettled me here. And went all through the night, but woke up in a really bad way. You can see here, cold face, pregabalin hangover, and just in general pain because of it all. What had happened was I hadn't woken up at 4 a.m. to take 100 milligrams of pregabalin, and by the time it had come to morning, I didn't have enough in my system, and I was just going through massive withdrawal. Tried to do a bit of work on the legal, failed. Shoulder plane, bath. Got to put in the. I noticed I haven't actually scored these previous ones. Should I score them now? No, I'll score them after. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's Kate, my beautiful ex, who is obviously at church today. My digital good use guide. Just going to reply. I'm just going to have a little happy face. A few little cheaters, because she's got cheaters. Put a little low. Right, so we have already done all of this indexing, which is great because you don't have to now watch it. Rain on a sunny day. We looked at this earlier. This whole day. In fact, if we go back to the video before last, we see it started here with a huge cluster of Milky Ways, which I didn't know how to score. This actually indicates that I need to go back and listen to it. I'm not going to do that now, but I am going to put it on the legal to remind me to do it. Okay, so index legal, LS8. Yeah, actually it's not a specific. Let's just, where am I going to put it? Ah, actually here it is. It's right there, already there to remind me. That's fine. Once that document gets made up, it'll be recorded, and then we'll give it a score. For now, it's important that we've just preserved the fact it's there. Okay, so there's a load of stuff here that I'm not going to be able to fit into. I'm just going to have to say C film index and just put rain on a sunny day into Okay, so we're going to grab, let's see, what did it score? Everything with an ROSD is, yeah, it scored so much. But there was other stuff as well, so let's, rain on a sunny day, okay. Rain on a sunny day, 1, 2, 1 about race, 2, not sure, 3, Masters of Surrounded by Idiots, which talked about the 5th episode of the screenplay. Then we've got Meds and the Wayne Problem, 50% of S-World essay. Then we've got the new legal opening, Brand Mandela, underused in high tech, Star Lawyers. I've already put that on the legal, I'm sure of that. Have I? No, it doesn't look like it's there. Is it here? No, I don't actually know what this is supposed to mean. Ah, is that what I'm doing right now? Okay, well, let's make sure this. Yeah, I know, I added it to the film index, but I haven't added it to. So I think this is going to be 200 points, not 250. Planck space rocket star. Okay, so throw that in there so we know it's very important. And let us here? C legal index. No, C film index. So here we're going to write Thursday. The film index, and then there we go. And we do capital R, small o, AO, and the capital SD, rain on a sunny day. That is basically the short code for when I put it on a recording, and I've only got 60 or 70 characters to do the title. C film, C tab, yeah. Put that there. And we're going to just count how many of those there were. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 2. One, 2, 3. But that's not. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. There's a 100 there. 100 there, so that's 800. 875. It's about 900. So we'll just go times 4.5. Yeah, I just put times 4. There we go, 800 points. Rain on a sunny day. C tab, film index, rain on a sunny day. Okay, that works. As long as the film tab is always on this same spreadsheet, it will now have to become an integral part. So I'm actually trying to find a comfortable position. I think I might pause for a few minutes and do some stretches. Back in a sec. Okay, done that. So, is there anything here? This is beautiful, zombie-like state. It's a quote from Damani's book that has now really become a tagline synopsis. Okay, everything there is recorded. That's cool. Look at that point score, 2,558. Which made up for the loss of the 2,000 there. We'll have to, let's score these while we're here. Okay, so, oops, right. Well, not a lot going on this day. Probably was, I just didn't record it all. So ticks are worth 4, so that's 4 times 4. We got a 1, 2, oh, there's 5 ticks actually. We've got 1, 2, 3 targets. That's 25 times 3, which is new. It used to be 30. And we've got an old 25 that is now a 30, the explosion. I might actually make that 35, you know. Yes, then it won't be so easy to get confused if I look back at this. Maybe these targets should be 20. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, These can be 20. These little targets are now 20. And these explosions are 35. Yeah, okay, that's fine. On fires will stick at 50. So that's how many of those? 1, 2, 3. No, always put the score first and then times how many there are of it. And there's 2 75s, the cyclones. 5 times 2. Okay, 415. It's a low score for a day, but I think I just wasn't in that good a mood and I didn't write everything down, to be honest with you. Okay, so what happened here? Right. I actually would just change that. That was a low score for a day where there wasn't a medical emergency. Right, so here we have equals, what's the lowest we've got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets. What are we saying there now? 25, or did I say 22? Let's just keep it at 25. 25 times 5. That little pagabalin face, that video there really is worth quite a lot, so I'm going to have to give it a score. And I'll just correct that on here. That was also on Tuesday. Okay. And on here. Where's that video? Who is it with? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Even if something is traumatic, the recording of that trauma is worth something. Right, so next highest score, we got a 50 and another 50, so that's 2 times 50 plus 50 times 2 plus, what do we got? What do we got? We got a cyclone for 75. We got 1, 2, 3 space rockets. Yeah. Okay. So 100 times 3. No time, all the time I'm doing this, I'm laying on my left hip and on my right arm. The right arm gets quite stiff, and sorry, I'm laying on my left arm, left hip, and just touching the keyboard with the right arm, trying to use the right arm as little as possible, and trying to always maintain posture on the left, which isn't difficult because it always tends to go to a slump in the same way as I always used to let my belly stick out before I disciplined myself to always pull it in. And even when you're always pulling your belly in, you'll still find sometimes you forget about it. And I suppose now's possibly the time to mention that about 45 minutes ago I took 25% of a THC cookie, so I'm a little bit happier now. Right, anyway, Okay, so that was the score, but then there was the minus 2,000, leaving to a minus 1,400 score. I mean, the loss is actually more than 2,000. But I can't be messing around with it now. I need to complete this video. Right, okay, scores here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets. They're now worth 25, so that's 25 times 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 on fires, 50 times 4 plus 1, 2, 3 space rockets, 100 times 3 times 3, and that's the day's score. Oh, no equals, right. It might actually be better to always do it with no equals and put the equals in at the end. I'm actually going to make a note here on all of these days that now target equals 25 and explosion equals 35. 35. I need to remember, did I? Yeah, I did score it as 35. And I'm going to repeat these every single day this week. So, well, every day when there's not a late night score. And that'll remind me that I've changed these scores this week. Okay. Right, so we got that one scored, we got that one scored, we got that one scored, we got that one scored. Our total is 2,198. Are we going to get near 4,000 by the end of it? Let's hope so. So where had I got to? I had finished here. Yeah. So we're here, Friday. Sleeping catastrophe. Sleep, sleep. Oh, what's this? This is technical. TBS-CC OKRs, LS8. The way back. Well, I don't really know what that was. Didn't score it particularly highly. Let's have a look. Oh. What? That looks like a video. Hi, it's Nick Rayball. 37 minutes past 1 on the 1st of March 2024. Spring is nearly on its way. Okay. Or if you're in Cape Town. So that. Yeah, that's the video. That's the video that I made of last week. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to write here video so as I remember that. Video. We've got a space rocket for the video, for doing the Q planner and the information hiding. And that's fair enough. But let's just put the actual video name in. This goes here under TBS-CC. 4.4 to 4.9. This was 4.4.4.1. And we're working here, are we? Yes. So we're going to put you in there. I'm going to give you a space rocket. Good to know that there is something going on in S-World, which is the top in the blue, which is what I want to be doing. All this legal stuff is, and the screenplay, well, it's got its merits, but it's not what I'm actually skilled at. Yeah. Be better if, well, I suppose I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so it's probably quite good that I've planned it out so well, but at some point this needs to be handed over to a professional. This was on Friday, so Friday video. And let's name it in here. Okay, we know there's not going to be anything else there. Now what is this here? Why is this all comms got a... Nothing there, I didn't work on that. That's obviously an error of some kind. Let's hide that information. Get a little bit centered. And now, do I need to put that? No, we don't have a document for S-World stuff, and this is really a award for doing the video and doing the work, not a spectacular point to come back to. Right, okay. So that was that done. Then I spoke to Kate. OneDrive system admin ideas. VR. I think I worked on that, so it's not worth putting it down. I don't have a system admin. Do I have a system admin? Yes, I do. Okay. Well, I can't just put ideas. When did I do all the system admin stuff? Yeah, it's in 4 days after this and over the weekend. Yeah, these system admin ideas I think got applied the day after. The Wayback Screenplay. Aha, another that's in the Damani column. Here. So we've recorded it and we've already put in. Let's actually change that to 5 then. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. There we go. Rest, rest, rest. Okay. So then it was the Saturday. A lot happened on the... hang on. Let's just score Friday. So we got ticks. 4 times 3 plus 25, no, 25, 25, 25 times 2 times 2 plus as a 35 explosion, or the collision as it's actually called. We got a heart for Kate, that's 70. We have 2 space rockets, 100 times 2. And yeah, there we go. 367. Well, given that I was resting, sleeping for most of the day, it's better than nothing. Right, so Saturday, big IT win. CV Adet, 5 Mines of Giselle. Okay, yeah, here was the big win. Chrome, Flags Chrome Refresh 2023. If anybody has folders in Chrome that change from these yellow folders to grey ugly folders, and they're twice the size, you would need to put in that URL into Chrome that you see right there. Chrome //flags/ Chrome refresh 2023, and your problem will be solved. That took a lot of working out. I did it first of all, it was easy. Tried it again, couldn't find the exact flag. Nearly drove me mad 2 weeks ago. And yeah, I just happened to find it. And that's actually, that was more. Let's give that a proper, that was a proper win. So let's put that in the IT. And it scored one of these. So you go in there and you go there. And we'll see if there's anything else to add. There's nowhere to mark that down. It's a continuous improvement on the system as it's running. And I have written it down on a update document. I'm pretty certain I have. Should I check that? I suppose I should. Where on earth would that document be? Set up? Now, there we go. Set up. Here we go. Yeah. Basic steps list. Open, make sure I've added that flag. Sign in, Dell drivers. I'm not sure if I have added that flag. I do worry. I've just sewn some stuff I shouldn't have done. Crap. Okay, I'm just going to put this at the top. Alright. Okay. Right, back where we are. I'll change some stuff later. beneath HTML widget. Okay. Beneath is just the most generous person I've ever met in my life. He is the lead programmer for SWeb, and he was fixing stuff on... yeah, he's working on the widget, so that's actually SWeb 6VC. And look, his time is worth a lot more than... so we're going to change this here to a cyclone. No. Yeah. A cyclone for 75. Okay. Let's... okay. And I can actually copy that over to the following week because he's done the same just a few days ago. Okay, we'll find that when we need to. So there we go. Grammarly on WordDAL, system admin, a lot of system admin, a lot of basic system admin. But you know, this was good stuff to be done collectively. So I'm going to change that to an explosion. Okay, we learned to export files as well. That was important. Add this to IT. So IT, and that was a add you there. Hmm. Okay. We haven't given a score for this yet. This was a sort of really cool sort of spiritual chat with Yoga Bear. I think it was at this point we really focused on working on the screenplay, developing him as a character within it. So we've never given this a score before. Not even really sure, but I do like it there. So I'm going to add it here as oops, lost our place. we're back. Okay, so how much? We're going to give that a score of 80. Okay, really not sure what that was exactly was. It's not something I made details on, but I remember the okay, so straight after that was, yeah, the idea of the Sienna project as the framework. TBS. So this is a voice recording I made, and given that, because of that, I significantly improved the screenplay. We're going to have to give that one of these, I think. No, we'll give it 100. And we'll leave the idea there because it wasn't the project, it was the idea for the project. So there we go, idea that scored 100. Let's see if, yeah, let's add that to the screenplay then. We don't have a lot of space. We're going to have to add another column. First add it there. We're going to give it its score. Tidy that up. VR, the Sienna project framework. Yeah, it was a significant change because it basically allowed the screenplay to stay in its format, but changing the first episode to really focus on the work that was done in 2010, 2011, and the 10 years that came up to it. But really focusing on that because it's a project we'd made for Virgin, and 12 years later we want to come back, or actually 13 years later we want to come back to Virgin, and that will be potentially episode 8 of the screenplay. We're now writing the future episodes. We've got one definitively set. Number 7 came in the other day. Can't precisely remember what it was. I remember. Okay, so that's there. And we don't need to put that on the screenplay docs because this was an inspiration. It's a point of inspiration. It wasn't the definitive. Oh, I don't know. Chrome on Dell 3. Criminal Marketing UK has completely. Okay, that was voice recording. I have followed up on, I think. Voice recording that Balder has just enough autism to make. Yeah. VR, The Way Back, Caitlin, Full On Movie Love. The Way Back, Another one for rain on a sunny day, racism from religion. And then we've got UK psychiatry targeted, disrupted. Okay, so we've got an actual document here. I'm not going to start cataloging all these VRs. Otherwise, there'll just be a list of 100 VRs, which is probably good, but people can go back through this and listen to these if they want. Okay, but here's a document that gave it a space rocket, and I don't particularly remember it, so let's see what it was about. Okay. Yeah, we followed up on this a lot. This is now part of the screenplay. And because we've worked on it more, this is no longer a document we really need. Certainly not as a... Let's add it to the legal index. Saturday now. We've got a font problem. And I'm going to change the space rocket to an explosion. Chances are some of these explosions should have been higher, but this one's intriguing. I mean, should I start a list of VRs? Just making more work for myself at the moment. What I can do is put a note that there were significant VRs. It's just there's a note that there's many VRs. Okay, that's enough. VR, VR. Okay, now here's a really important one. Actually, my shoulder's starting to ache, so I'm glad we're on Saturday. I think I'd better take a quick stretch. Back in a second. Okay, I had a quick stretch, and yeah, this was important. Haven't copied this VR out yet, but it was definitely good. So we're going to put it. Where's Kate Villas? Here's Kate Villas. Okay, so we've got. I'm going to have to just get rid of that for now. And actually, before it, even though it's out of sequence, no, we'll keep it in sequence. Hello. Other way round. And I'm going to make this in bold. And back here, I'm going to make this in bold. Okay. And we can see it here as well. I think I'm also going to throw it forwards. I haven't got a list of critical VRs to do next week, but I can just sort of drop it in somewhere. Okay, so that's that one. Yeah, well, this is the week that's just gone, whereas we're actually working on the week that was before last. So the way back, notebook style. No, I've already put a note that there's VRs to see. Okay. Okay, these two were both very good and are going to get a shooting star. I'm presuming this was a VR. I really need something that's 150, not 200. I suppose we can just go like this. Okay, I'm going to put those down as a definitive. know they're there. Can actually go here to a degree, or one of them can. Yeah. Trouble is, when I put it here, it's not going to look like 150. It's going to look like two different scores. Do we have an emoji we really like that we can put in as 150? Let's have a look at our emojis. I do like the water wave. Tidal wave. Okay, you can see I've actually got some corrections to do here. I'm going to put I mean, there's the crystal ball, that's kind of nice, but it's not as nice as the water wave. Okay. Just going to move those down one. Galaxy Milky Way is actually now that's now an indication to review, and this cluster is 200. Where was I? Oh, I was here. That sort of does leave the Milky Way to still potentially be a 250. Okay, let's just correct that back to 25, and this is now 35. Okay. Okay, so what was I doing? I was changing this here. I wanted that to be 150. So that's going to be the first tidal wave. Where's the tidal wave gone? Here's my emojis. So I can see I'm getting a little bit tired now. I'm having to sort of kneel down because I can't lay on my left hip anymore, so I'm sort of just essentially kneeling on my knees, programming away. Yeah, okay, so we're going to give you there, and we're going to give you one there. Yep, that's better. We got a now not necessarily subtle in any way, but it does give a good summary of what was done that week. And here we're changing to, no, where's our, one of you, I'm going to put you there. Oops. Okay, is anyone spotting the tiredness? Okay. That's the way to do it. I'm going to add you here. And we're going to remove you, put you there, equals 150. Just put you up there. No, we'll leave it like that. That's fine. No. Okay. Okay, that's that day done. Score it. Wow, a lot here to score. Okay, well, there's two ideas. Ideas are 8. But really, they're now just an indication of something with an idea as opposed to a full document. Okay, little 25 target, 4 targets. So 25 times 4 plus, we got an explosion times 4 plus 1, 2 on fires, 50 times 2. We got a cyclone for 75. Plus we've got a praise for 80. And then we got 1, 2 space rockets. 100 times 2. We've got 1, 200. No, we got 1, 150. And 1, 200. Okay, wow. 1,000 points that day. Yeah, well, there was a lot done. Now, how come you are giving me... I don't want... There we go. Okay, so, lastly... Okay, yeah, this was a rough day. Yeah, these scores could be far too low because I was sick as a dog. Well, I'm going to add them to the legal index. LS8 Sunday. Okay, this is a general one. Okay. Is there any Didn't do that, but did that. Yeah, there's already a lot there, but why not throw this in there as well? Yeah, there's already enough there. Okay, done, done, done. Organize first column into film index. This was this. And this actually turned out to be a very good idea. So that has to now be, let's give it a tidal wave. Okay. Let's continued work on the same. I'm pretty certain we've already got this one. Yeah, got it there. Actually, I'm just going to add this here. When did I do that video? Ah, I'm not supposed to put it there. I'm supposed to put it here. Okay, so Sunday. Here we go. Just got to put the score down. Little tidal wave. You see, I'm actually running out of steam here. But not skimping on detail. What's this? Ah, yeah, this was good. Where does it go? I think it's private concierge Dr. GPAI. Well, it's an all comms. Yep, there we go. Wow, something for all comms. That's pretty cool. Let's just keep it name like that. It was worth a space rocket. Okay. We don't actually have an S-World index. And we really should do. Okay. What's going on? Uh-oh. Something has got stuck somewhere. Control-Alt-Delete in case anybody wanted to know how I fixed that problem. You don't delete the program, but you just open it up and it then closes everything in the program down. Insert worksheets, S-Web index, S-World, S-Web, W index. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's add the reason why we put it there. Okay, beginning of the... I'm actually going to... That's enough for that for now. What have we got here? The Virgin Martha Mitchell effect. Sienna project and the Virgin Martha Mitchell effect. This ended up as a space rocket. W9-T. I'm not immediately recognizing that. What am I doing? Here we go. Okay. This is one of the plans made. Okay. I'm pretty certain I would have added this into the film index. Yeah, there it is right there at the end. Okay, so that's there. But we haven't added it to S-World Film, S-World Film. Yeah, we've got to add it to here. Saturday Mini VRs. Sunday. And that got a space rocket. A Planck space rocket. So... Gonna have to remove the Planck signs. That times 4 is... Okay, that works. Lets me know what's going on. I could put little brackets between each score so as we know exactly what's going on, but it takes up more space. It does help though, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to have these, put these in place. Well, we can play around with that. I do believe that brings us to the end of the week. So I'm just going to actually tidy that up now. So it needs to be a little bit centered. You need to go a little bit like that as well. Now I've actually okay, we can get rid of that. That then brings us back to it working there. Okay, so it's kind of better. Okay, so that's this week, the week before, well, this is actually a lighter grey, isn't it? Which I prefer, I think. Okay, so that is what happened this week. Well documented. Every single document immediately accessible. Just copy and paste the document title. I think those lines really need to be a bit more spaced out, but we can come back to that another day. Okay, so score, and then we're done. What have we got now? 3,618. Are we going to break 4,000? I think we might. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 explosions. Quite a lot of those. 35 times 5 plus 1 on fire for 50 plus 1, 2 space rockets. 100 times 2 plus the new tidal wave 150 for creating the film index and legal index. Yes, look at that. 4,193. It's not deity level, but considering I had a 2,000 point minus this week, that would have been the highest score, I believe, other than the week we made the Cape Villas money. Okay, so there we go. We just gotta name this before. So what was the main thing that happened this day? There's a bit of medical stuff. Film index. So and I'm going to put the initials in here. TSP, the Virgin Martha Mitchell effect. Okay, that's there. Let's copy this in here. And we are done. Just gotta you in that. Actually, well, what was this mostly? It's sort of a system admin day. So we can give this a blue because the biggest win was the TBS-CC OKRs. So there we go, blue. And this has to be Clambury, not Calibri. Whew. I haven't done the hours. I'm just estimating these hours, really. So, what do we got? 9 till 10, but with 2 hours out. So that's 11 hours. Again, 9. This time until 11 is 14 hours. 11:30 to 10, so that's 10.5 hours. That actually goes like that, and that goes like that. Okay, again, started early, zoomed through, so that was despite a pregabalin hangover. 9 to 11, that's 14 hours minus the pregabalin hangover hour, so that's 14, 13 hours. Actually, there was nothing done. Oh, was a bath. We do have a lot of ideas in the bath. To be honest with you, I've been doing some dream tests with my friend. We speak about what dreams we had, and this week I was actually dreaming about the administration system and this very daily planner during my sleep. So it's not just a case of 14 hours. There's the whole sleep cycle when this is processing as well. It's not like it's a competition though. Okay, so here only 1, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hours. Very lazy day for a Saturday, for a Friday, but anyhow. Okay, okay, so 14 hours here. No breaks. And it's about 12 hours there. 81 hours. 81.5 hours. Okay, so that's the end of week 8. No, week 9, sorry. And yeah, this week has actually, the next week has passed. We're just going to have a quick look at it. A lot of screenplay stuff here. Remembering all the screenplay was legal, and here was a whopping great big pregabalin hangover. That wasn't nice. So yeah, there's a lot of work done. I mean, we should. This actually is where I have to type in what I've just done. But for now, I'm going to leave it here on the 3rd of March. Okay. Thanks for watching, if anybody's watching. Cheerio.